Managing your personal finances? Let GIL Accountancy Services take the stress away. As trusted chartered accountants and business advisors, we help you stay compliant, save tax, and grow with confidence. Whether you're self-employed, a landlord, run a limited company, or a charity, our tailored solutions are built for you. Claim your free initial consultation today. Call 079-61-248-834 or email dan@gilaccountants.com. GIL Accountancy Services, your partners in success.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prampram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prampram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
Running a business or managing your personal finances? Let GIL Accountancy Services take the stress away. As trusted chartered accountants and business advisors, we help you stay compliant, save tax, and grow with confidence. Whether you're self-employed, a landlord, run a limited company, or a charity, our tailored solutions are built for you. Claim your free initial consultation today. Call 07961 248 834 or email dan@gilaccountants.com. GIL Accountancy Services, your partners in success. Running a business or managing your personal finances? Let GIL Accountancy Services take the stress away. As trusted chartered accountants and business advisors, we help you stay compliant, save tax, and grow with confidence. Whether you're self-employed, a landlord, run a limited company, or a charity, our tailored solutions are built for you. Claim your free initial consultation today. Call 07961 248 834 or email dan@gilaccountants.com. GIL Accountancy Services, your partners in success.
If you're not using AI properly in 2026, you're already behind. Time to catch up. I'm teaching a beginner-friendly session on how to use AI in a practical, everyday way. No tech jargon here, just real results. Join me on the 21st of May at 7 p.m. See you there.
You're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired. Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy. JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenating, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
I am recording from the beautiful country of Ghana. I'm staying at the Oceanic Resort here in Accra, Ghana, where I am topping up my vitamin D and feeling so energized and vibrant. As you can see, the lovely sea behind me and the sand. I've also brought my products with me, which also helps to energize me. I brought my P84, my Phytopower X, and the new kid on the block, my Protandim. If you would like to hear more or learn more about these wonderful products that I'm taking, you can either inbox me or click on the link below. Thank you for listening. My health is definitely my wealth. Thank you.
It's so delicious. Like when you eat it, we got greens, meat, fish, everything is in there.
The tilapia fish, it tastes amazing. Softness, moist, and definitely the taste.
The seasoning from Africa. The food is just like back home from my home. Tastes very good.
I bring the Ghana to England, yeah. Can have what do you call the ampesi, fufu, chosavi, banku, wache, dollof, Ghana dollof. Oh my God, Ama dollof. Name the food when you come to Ama to eat. Ama is not do it for you.
When you come to Amersfoort, you get the best chosavi in the whole United Kingdom. London. Yes.
As you can see, I've got short hair, and I'm going to put it on and I'll show you the outcome. See you in a bit. And this is the result. And as you can see, I absolutely love it. So yeah, if you're looking for someone who can do really good quality extensions, new pop wigs and wigs, I highly recommend Kamina. Kamina hair.
Welcome to African Hill Resort, the perfect location for your honeymoon, conferences, breakfast meetings, and weekend getaways. Other facilities available include spa, rooftop bar, restaurant, indoor bar, swimming pool, lawn for parties, and outside catering. There is free Wi-Fi connectivity for you to stay in touch with your family, business associates, and the whole world. African Hill Resort is located on the Iveta Hills with a panoramic view of whole township. For inquiries or reservations, call 0208 267 501 or 0209 135 196 or 0362 290.
Running a business or managing your personal finances? Let GIL Accountancy Services take the stress away. As trusted chartered accountants and business advisors, we help you stay compliant, save tax, and grow with confidence. Whether you're self-employed, a landlord, run a limited company, or a charity, our tailored solutions are built for you. Claim your free initial consultation today. Call 07961 248 834 or email dan@gillaccountants.com. GIL Accountancy Services, your partners in success.
If you're not using AI properly in 2026, you're already behind time to catch up. I'm teaching a beginner-friendly session on how to use AI in a practical, everyday way. No tech jargon here, just real results. Join me on the 21st of May at 7 p.m. See you there.
You're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired. God, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
I am recording from the beautiful country of Ghana. I'm staying at the Oceanic Resort here in Accra, Ghana, where I am topping up my vitamin D and feeling so energized and vibrant. As you can see, the lovely sea behind me and the sand. I've also brought my products with me, which also helps to energize me. I brought my P84, my Fighter Power X, and the new kid on the block, my Protandem. If you would like to hear more or learn more about these wonderful products that I'm taking, you can either inbox me or click on the link below. Thank you for listening. My health is definitely my wealth. Thank you.
It's so delicious. Like when you eat it, we got greens, meat, fish, everything is in there.
And the tilapia fish, it tastes amazing. Softness, moist, and definitely the taste.
Of the seasoning from Africa. The food is just like back home from back home. Tastes very good.
I bring the Ghana to England, yeah. Can have what do you call the ampesi, fufu, chosavi, banku, weche, dollar, Ghana dollar. Oh my God, Ama dollar. Name the food when you come to Ama to eat. Ama is not do it for you.
When you come to Amersfoort, you get the best chosavi in the whole United Kingdom, London. Yes.
As you can see, I've got short hair, and I'm going to put it on and I'll show you the outcome. See you in a bit. And this is the result. And as you can see, I absolutely love it. So yeah, if you're looking for someone who can do really good quality extensions, new pop wigs and wigs, I highly recommend Kamina. Kamina hair.
Welcome to African Hill Resort, the perfect location for your honeymoon, conferences, breakfast meetings, and weekend getaways. Other facilities available include spa, rooftop bar, restaurant, indoor bar, swimming pool, lawn for parties, and outside catering. There is free Wi-Fi connectivity for you to stay in touch with your family, business associates, and the whole world. African Hill Resort is located on the River Hills with a panoramic view of whole township. For inquiries or reservations, call 0208 267 501 or 0209 135 196 or 0362 290.
Running a business or managing your personal finances? Let GIL Accountancy Services take the stress away. As trusted chartered accountants and business advisors, we help you stay compliant, save tax, and grow with confidence. Whether you're self-employed, a landlord, run a limited company, or a charity, our tailored solutions are built for you. Claim your free initial consultation today. Call 07961 248 834 or email dan@gillaccountants.com. GIL Accountancy Services, your partners in success.
If you're not using AI properly in 2026, you're already behind time to catch up. I'm teaching a beginner-friendly session on how to use AI in a practical, everyday way. No tech jargon here, just real results. Join me on the 21st of May at 7 p.m. See you there.
You're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired. God, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
I am recording from the beautiful country of Ghana. I'm staying at the Oceanic Resort here in Accra, Ghana, where I am topping up my vitamin D and feeling so energized and vibrant. As you can see, the lovely sea behind me and the sand. I've also brought my products with me, which also helps to energize me. I brought my P84, my Fighter Power X, and the new kid on the block, my Protandu. If you would like to hear more or learn more about these wonderful products that I'm taking, you can either inbox me or click on the link below. Thank you for listening. My health is definitely my wealth. Thank you.
The best radio show
all around the world. Broadcasting live online. In your car.
At work.
At home.
On your smartphone.
This is Starr Radio UK. Are you ready to turn it up?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, your heart is aching. Smile even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you get by. If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. Hey, this is Archie and you are listening to Starr Radio UK and The Morning Show.
Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
Enlighten your day with Starr Radio. Starr Radio. Radio for the people, by the people.
morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you wherever you might be on planet Earth, and those of you on other planets as well. We want to salute each and every one of you and welcome you to the Tuesday edition of the morning show. This is Starr Radio UK. Today is Tuesday, the 19th day of May, the year 2026. I was going to say 2026, and it's a wonderful day wherever you might be. Let me take the opportunity to say good morning to my able producer, good morning to Perry, good morning to Mr. Joseph Arthur in Ghana, good morning to Mr. Kojo Siedu, back home here. Good morning to Eben in Cape Town, South Africa, to Delta Hammond, good morning, and my Mrs. Ryder Hammond, good morning to you all there. Antonio, good morning. Antonio Dideji, Shamsuddin, Aziz, good morning to you all there as well. Reverend Emmanuel Sechidi, good morning. Bishop Adeshina, good morning. To all presenters, past and present of Starr Radio UK, no other one than May Queen of the May Hill Lounge. Massive good morning to you, May. I hope you are doing very, very well. Curtis and my little girl, I hope you are all doing very, very well there. Massive good morning to you. And let me take this opportunity to say good morning also to no other one but the one and only Mr. Olayomi Koiki. And all of you who watch us, listen to us live on the Koiki Media platforms, Yoruba Nations platform, and United States of Biafra platforms, I salute each and every one of you. And another good morning goes to our money man, Mr. Dan Tabiri, CEO of GIL Accountancy Services. Massive good morning to you, sir. I hope you are doing very, very well. This is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. We're going to be going on with the program outline in a moment, but I remain yours sincerely, the one and only.
This is the morning show with Archie.
Okay, so from now till just gone past 12, when I bring the curtains down for the end of the program, let me once again apologize for not being live. Yesterday, we have activities that we needed to see to, and that took us from the studio, so we couldn't come live your way. Well, let me say good morning to Councillor Vicky Newton. Congratulations once again for this wonderful venture. So we pray that God will continue to bless you and then you'll be able to excel in that position that you find yourself. All right. Let's move on. The code for the day is going to come your way next, and then be followed by the weather forecast, the travel updates. Then we'll move on from there. We'll go global trotting, bringing you some of the updates from across the globe. Then we continue from there. At a 11:45, the line will be activated for you to add your voice to the discussions. Then we continue from there, and exactly at 12 or just gone past 12 o'clock, we'll bring the curtains down for the end of the program, just to get ourselves in there, right? Good one there. All right, so let me say once again, massive good morning to you, good afternoon to you, good dawn to you wherever you might be on planet Earth. But let's move on. Okay, so now I'm going to try to get you some music down the lane as well. Trying to see whether I can get some lovely music for you this morning. Is it? Okay, we'll try to get that during the course of the program. The Zongo man, Alex, massive good morning to you, sir. Hope you are doing very, very well. Starr Radio UK. All right then. So the code for the day says what? It says our parents are responsible for bringing us into the world, but we are responsible for who we become. Our parents are responsible for bringing us into the world. So they are the vehicles that brought us into the world. But where a particular part of the world that you live in, but that place where you are, the world that you are living in, whatever you have to make for yourself, you can't tell the car, the vehicle that brought you, that make sure that I do that. You have to now find your own way and then do what you're supposed to do. What about that? But that doesn't mean that parents should shirk their responsibilities. Interestingly, there was a story yesterday talking about the fact that parents are going to be, punished. When I say punished, I mean incarcerated, of course, for misbehavior of their children due to some of the incidents that have happened quite recently. So I don't know what you think about that. Is it good? Would that cause parents to sit up? And if your child is behaving unruly, what would you do about that? Well, ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK. Be proud and make your parents proud. And that's one of the things that I tell some of the youth that come across during my course of time, or whilst I'm in church, or when I'm in town, or anything. I tell, make your parents proud. Make them proud. All right? Good. Now, when it comes to the weather front, this is how the weather is going to be for you today. Now, it's going to be windy today with a few showers in the afternoon, some heavy. Drier with late sunshine in the evening, a warm day, or a warmer day expected as well. Now, remaining windy overnight with predominantly cloudy skies and a brisk westerly flow. A few very light showers will briefly develop along with 1 or 2 clear breaks in between. Top temperature is going to be 17 degrees. The lowest is going to be 12 degrees. Pollen level is going to be low. UV level moderate and pollution low. Sunset 2051 and sunrise for tomorrow morning 0503 hours. And that brings us to the end of the weather forecast. Even as I take you straight to the travels. Okay, as we say, keep your eyes on the roads. Keep your eyes on the roads as we keep you navigated our promise, our bond. So the still wind strike action that was supposed to be on the underground has all been suspended. Okay, so everything is okay. You can travel like no man's business. But on the central line, there are minor delays between North Acton, Ealing Broadway, North Acton, West Ruislip, Epping to Leytonstone, Hainault to Leytonstone, and Hainault to Woodford. So check it out. Also, on the overground, Windrush is experiencing severe delays between Clapham Junction and Surrey Quays, and pass suspension between New Cross and Surrey Quays. That aside, all the other underground lines and overground DLR and London Tramlink are all running a good service. Ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK coming on straight to the major roads in London. And what have I got for you? I can tell you assured that there are no exceptional delays. You can zoom through them like no man's business. On the river bus as well, there is good service throughout. And then the landing cable car, good service there. But as I say, keep your eyes on the roads, keep your eyes on the road. That's keep enough, get out, I promise, our bond. Let's come to the National Rail. On the National Rail this morning, cross country, Great Western Railway, Southwestern Railway, Thameslink are all offering special services. That aside, all the others are running a good service. And that's where, or how, I would say it once again as a normal word. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you wherever you might be on planet Earth. Enjoy your commute for today. But you know what? Continue to keep those eyes where? On the roads. Let's take a commercial break. We come back. We'll continue with the show.
It's so delicious. Like when you eat it, we got greens, meat, fish, everything is in there.
And the tilapia fish, it tastes amazing. Softness, moist, and definitely the taste.
Of the seasoning from Africa. The food is just like back home. From back home. Tastes very good.
I bring the Ghana to England, can have what do you call the ampesi, fufu, chosavi, banku, weche, dollar, Ghana dollar. Oh my God, Ama dollar. Name the food. When you come to Ama to eat, Ama is not do it for you.
When you come to Amersfoort, you get the best chosavi in the whole United Kingdom. London. Yes.
As you can see, I've got short hair, and I'm going to put it on and I'll show you the outcome. See you in a bit. And this is the result. And as you can see, I absolutely love it. So yeah, if you're looking for someone who can do really good quality extensions, new pop wigs and wigs, I highly recommend Kamina. Kamina hair.
Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancer taking over. Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancer taking over. Yo, what's up, people? This is a boy Raskin Bobo One. Tune in every day, every night at the Starr Radio UK with the big man them Archie. When I say order, you say fire.
Welcome back to the program. This is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Bring it a time now to 11:25, and it's now time for us to go global trotting. Okay, So what have I got for you? What have I got for you this morning pertaining to the story that is making the rounds? In the UK front, married at first sight, rape allegations serious, says government. A panorama investigation revealed allegation that 2 women had been raped during filming. Well, we'll talk about that in a moment. And then high street crime unit to target gangs fronting shops. That's what a BBC investigation is saying. Engineer school people treated for meningitis in Fort Reading case. There's not a story. It's making the rounds there. Wrongly jailed Mackelson tells BBC he's been very badly cheated. Well, he was wrongly jailed. So I remember the other time they were talking about the fact that it should was it him or somebody who had been wrongly jailed? They said when the person was crying for reparation, they were saying that he has to pay for the rent the time that he was in there. Is that where the person told you that you want to be? Is that where you took the person there? So whatever that the person was going to be or wasn't going to be is not your business, right? Okay. Now, in other part of the world, teen suspects fatally shoot 3 in suspected hate crime at San Diego Mosque. The alleged attackers were aged 17 and 18, and one left a note containing generalized hate rhetoric. Investigators have said the Republican who stood up to Trump is hoping for a big win against President. Now, Trump says he called off the new Iran attack at the request of the Gulf states. And then in other stories, a judge rules gun and writings are admissible in Luigi Maggione's New York murder trial. Elon Musk has lost yet another legal battle while he'll still keep fighting. But somebody say he's the richest man, so he can pay for the best when it comes to legal representation. But why not? Musk loses open AI court battle after jury finds he waited too long to sue. Now, Trump's administration unveils 1.7 billion fund to compensate his allies as he drops tax lawsuit. All right, then. We'll see. And former Google CEO Eric Schmidt booed by graduate at mention of AI. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now, in the Latin American area as well, this is what is happening there. Well, Cuba accuses U.S. of building fraudulent case for military action. Havana's foreign minister says a report that it had acquired attack drones is part of justification for U.S. aggression. And Shakira wins 50 million tax refund from Spanish government. U.S. planning to charge ex-Cuban leader Raul Castro for what? We'll be telling you more about all that as the program goes on. This is Starr Radio UK in Europe as well as we go on. British ex-soldier imprisoned by Russia says he feels abandoned in occupied Ukraine. And 2 bodies of missing Italian recovered from inside Maldives cave. The 2 were among 4 divers located in the Federer's chamber in the cave, and their bodies were recovered by specialist divers. 2 dead in Spain shooting with babies reportedly among injured. We're going to be telling you more about that. Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. So coming your way, in Asia, selling children to survive. Afghan fathers forced to make impossible choices, selling children. In Afghanistan today, a staggering 3 in 4 people cannot meet their basic needs. So what they are doing is now selling their children. Now, Trump has been told Taiwan not to go independent, but does it want to? Well, we'll see how that will help them. Taiwan will not provoke conflict nor give up sovereignty, says the president. And driver of crash train tested positive for drugs. Thai police have said there. And then some other, that's a good one. Let me bring that one. From mystery to rap sensation, a rebel storms into Indian hip rebelly storms into India hip hop. Well, I like it when people looking down on you, and then you come up and then you do things that they are so shocked. They say, how did that happen? But ladies and gentlemen, this is all coming away from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Well, Trump says he called off a new Iran attack at the request of Gulf states. The U.S. president says he's holding off an attack planned for Tuesday as serious negotiations are now taking place. And in other stories, Hamas confirms top commander killed in Israeli strike. And death toll from Israeli strikes on Lebanese passes 3,000, officials have said. Are they all Hezbollah? That's the question that others are also asking. Where are the Hezbollah people or supporters as well? Or now Ebola may be spreading faster than first thought. World Health Organization doctor warns hundreds of cases are suspected in Central Africa, but experts fear the actual number may be much higher. Okay, we'll be telling you what is Ebola, and why it's stopping its outbreak so difficult. We'll be bringing that your way. And 4 killed in protests during Kenya strikes over high fuel prices. You know, interestingly, there's something that I've been looking at that I did talk about most of the time. And some other story. From escaping child marriage to an old pervert to becoming Sierra Leone's first lady. That's quite an interesting one. So you can make it. You can make it. It doesn't matter what is going on. You can definitely make it. There was one other story that I wanted to look at, but we'll come your way from there. But wherever you are, don't even think of touching the dial. Starr Radio UK. So on the African front, ICC hears case against former Mitiga prison commander over abuse. The International Criminal Court has opened hearings against former Libyan prison commander Muhammad Ali El Hishri, accused of overseeing widespread abuse of black Africans or migrants in that particular part of the world. I'll be telling you more about that. South Sudan inaugurates first air traffic management control system. Okay. And what is the Bunding Bugyo, the rare Ebola strain with no vaccine, which leaders are thinking that is causing lots of mayhem there. Somaliland marks Independence Day. That was a good one there, right? Ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK. In Nigeria, Jonathan AGF opposed 2027 eligibility suit and a defining moment in the war against terror, while the elimination of Abu Bilal Minuki must mark a turning point. A former governor Yaro Senator Katung win Kaduna APC senatorial ticket, and Nigeria deploys troops in Benin. Repto to support democracy. The federal government unveils free tax dispute resolution system, and FCMB takes financial literacy to students. Why not? Teach them how to manage their monies, and they'll be able to do so. In Ghana still, would there be a by-election in Ashanti Acham? What the law says after the capture or the arrest of the Ashanti Acham MP in the Netherlands. We'll be telling you more about that. The reason, opposition and requests inside the judge's decision. We'll be telling you about that. Made a Ghanaian woman appointed vice president of the London University. We're going to be telling you. And the Ghana Bar Association slams Afinyo Markin over judges' comments. And we'll be telling you more about all that as the program goes on. Starr Radio UK. MPP needs a large heart of tolerance to win 2028, educationist has said. Have they got a large heart? Want to me, please, not guilty over alleged 30 million Ghana City Export-Import Bank loss. And then OECD conference, Ghana calls for shift from aid dependency, pushes practical global development partnership. Yeah, I think that is Nana Oye later, and we'll tell you more about what she's saying there as well. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK. This is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. And the president of Ghana has unveiled homegrown healthcare funding that is 3 billion Ghana cedis unlocked from uncapped NHIS. President Dramani Mahama stated that Ghana is looking inwards to fund its healthcare needs and announced a series of domestic measures that will move the country away from donor dependency. And if that can be done, that would be very, very good. Mahama was the biggest obstacle to Ibrahim's Damang mine bid. That's Felix Kwachiofusu is saying that because it's the president's brother, it was difficult for him to get the Damang mine thing. But we'll see. No bad blood. Sam George downplays heated clash with Abena Osei Asare. We're telling you more about that as the program goes on. This is Starr Radio UK. We take a quick break. We come back and I'll be bringing you the details of all the stories that we've looked at this morning. Contact the app.
Welcome to African Hill Resort, the perfect location for your honeymoon, conferences, breakfast meetings, and weekend getaways. Other facilities available include spa, rooftop bar, restaurant, indoor bar, swimming pool, lawn for parties, and outside catering. There is free Wi-Fi connectivity for you to stay in touch with your family, business associates, and the whole world. African Hill Resort is located on Iveta Hills with a panoramic view of whole township. For inquiries or reservations, call 0208 267 501 or 0209 135 196 or 0362 290.
Services, your partners in success. Running a business or managing your personal finances? Let GIL Accountancy Services take the stress away. As trusted chartered accountants and business advisors, we help you stay compliant, save tax, and grow with confidence. Whether you're self-employed, a landlord, run a limited company, or a charity, our tailored solutions are built for you. Claim your free initial consultation today. Call 07961 248 834 or email dan@gillaccountants.com. GIL Accountancy Services, your partners in success.
Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Yo, what's up, people? This is a boy Raskin Bobo One. Tune in every day, every night at the Starr Radio UK with the big man them Archie. When I say Orta, you say fire.
Welcome back to the program. This is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Bringing the time now to exactement 11:39. And it's the Tuesday edition of the morning show. Thank you very much for joining us, those of you on the various platforms that we are broadcasting on. I really appreciate that. Share your take with us. Put your comments, whichever it is. But we're going to be running very swiftly. At 12 o'clock, we'll bring the curtains down for the end of the program and then gear ourselves up tomorrow. Yeah, God willing, we're going to be bringing another wonderful program there. All right. Okay. Here in the UK, information coming through, quite a worrying one, pertains to this program that has been going on. I don't know, I've not liked the program because the mindset behind it, I've not liked it. Okay, but rape claims involving Channels 4 Married at First Sight UK show are serious. There must be consequences for criminality or wrongdoing. The Department for Culture, Media and Sports has said. A BBC Panorama investigation revealed allegations 2 women had been raped during filming, while a third said she had been the victim of a non-consensual sex act. Now, regulator Ofcom said broadcasters needed to take due care over the welfare of show participants. The holiday company TUI said it was pausing sponsorship of the show. The Channel 4 has now removed all episodes of the program from its streaming and linear services alongside MAFS UK social channels. In a statement released shortly after BBC News broke the story on Monday, Channel 4 said it had commissioned an external review of welfare on the show last month after being presented with serious allegations of wrongdoing. Lawyers of the CPL, an independent production company which makes the UK version of the show, said its welfare system was gold standard and industry leading, and that it had acted appropriately in all these cases. The Channel 4's chief executive Priya Dogra expressed sympathy to contributors who had clearly been distressed after taking part in Married at First Sight. Now, she said the allegations were disputed by those accused, adding that she believed the broadcaster had acted quickly, appropriately, sensitively, and with well-being front and center when concerns were raised. However, when asked by a reporter if she wanted to apologize to the women involved, she declined to comment and walked off back into Channel 4's London headquarters. Now, Security Minister Dan Jarvis said he was extremely concerned about the allegation raised in the BBC investigation and called on Channel 4 and CPL to fully investigate them. In the quote, he said, "I will also say, given the very serious nature of this allegation, I think it's highly likely that there will be a referral to the police, and it will be a police matter for them to investigate," he added. Alex Mahon, who was chief executive of Channel 4's 4 from 2017 to 2025, is due to face questions from MPs in a pre-scheduled meeting of the Culture, Media and Sports Committee on Tuesday. The chair of the committee, Caroline Dianage, said that the MAFS UK did involve an element of risk as a show. It is a TV show that almost expects and anticipates people that have only just met will have to become really quite intimate with each other, she said. They are expected to share a bed and a life together within minutes of meeting. It almost feels like an accident waiting to happen. She told the BBC that today's program, the Marriage at First Sight, needed to have made sure protections were in place before, during, and after filming, because the women in the Panorama documentary didn't realize fully what had happened to them until afterwards. Billed as a bold social experiment, the Married at First Sight sees single people agree to marry total strangers after meeting for the first time at their mock weddings. Well, so let's see. What do you think about that? This social experiment at times. Can you just meet somebody and say, yeah, I'm going to get married to the person there and then? Does that even happen? Have you actually ascertained where the person has come from? Or does the broadcaster do diligence, or the company that runs that show or records that show or presents that show, do they do diligence to the these individuals to make sure that their backgrounds were all up to scratch, or what? Well, ladies and gentlemen, a new 30 million high street organized crime unit has been announced by the government after the BBC's year-long investigative reported into illegal mini-marts, vape shops and barbers. Over 12 months, BBC News exposed drug gangs, child sexual exploitation reports, money laundering, immigration crime, and ghost-directed link to shops front selling illegal cigarettes and illegal vapes. The law enforcement response will be run across the UK by the National Crime Agency over the next 3 years with a cash boost for trading standards. The Chartered Trading Standards Institute, the CTSI, suggested cuts to its members' resources under previous government had helped allow serious and organized crime to gain a foothold in high streets. The government has also pledged to carry out a review on how to strengthen law enforcement powers, as well as consulting on extending the length of closure order to shut criminal businesses down for longer, an area the CTSI said needed to be changed. It's quite an interesting one, you know. Well, but I know that they've got the necessary tools to be able to investigate that. It's all coming away from Starr Radio UK. In the US as well, a sad story that happened, whatever it is. This one pertains to a fatal shooting of 3 teen suspects fatally shot 3 in suspected hate crime at San Diego mosque. The 2 teenage attackers fatally shot 3 men at a mosque in San Diego, California, in a suspected hate crime before taking their own lives, says police. The shooting took place on Monday morning, 2 hours after the mother of one of the suspects called police to say her son had run away with a friend and was possibly suicidal. Now, police were already on the hunt for the 2 when the attack at the Islamic Center of San Diego began, and they found 3 victims with gunshot wounds outside the front of the building. Now, shortly afterwards, they received another call that shots had been fired nearby from a vehicle at a landscaper. Officers found the suspect, aged 17 and 18, dead of self-inflicted wounds in the vehicle blocks away from the mosque. Among the deceased victims were a security guard who worked at the center and played a pivotal role in preventing the attack from being much worse, officials have said. It's fair to say his actions were heroic. San Diego Police Chief Scott Wall told news conference, undoubtedly he saved lives today. Authorities have not yet identified the 3 victims by name, but the security guard was a father of 8. A father of 8, Jesus, a person who knew him has said. All right then. Now, investigators said the motive for the attack was unknown, but it was presumed to be a hate crime because of the mosque, which is the largest in San Diego County, and because of a writing attributed to one of the suspects. Now, police were first called at the mosque at 11:43 local time, that is 18:43 GMT, and observed what appeared to be 3 deceased victims out front. Wall said there are no officers involved in firing their weapons, Wall said, and there was no sign of any gunmen. About 2 hours before the attack, the mother of one of the suspects had called police to report that her son had left home with several of her guns and her car. The woman said he had gone with a companion and both were dressed in camouflage. Wall said police found the suspect behavior to be not consistent with someone who is considered suicidal. A note the youth left behind also included generalized hate rhetoric and hate speech, he said, while added that the note contained no specific threat to the mosque or to any other location or individual. Investigators went to a local high school where one of the teens was a student, as well as a shopping mall where the car had been tracked to. Well, a sad one there, but may I say, may their souls rest in perfect peace. This is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. And I say the line is open. Call us via Teams. Yeah, look for Starr Radio UK, and we can hear you there. So it's Teams and the Starr Radio UK. However, if you have your comments that you want to make, feel free, put it on the platform that we are broadcasting on, and be rest assured of one thing, I'm going to touch on that. All right, then, Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. I'll do my best to bring you all the top stories that we've looked at before I bring the program to a close, so you don't miss out on anything, right? I promise I deliver. Okay, I remain yours sincerely, the one and only
Archie on Starr Radio. Nobody does it better.
Now, at a rally in a car park outside his campaign headquarters in Florence, Kentucky, on Saturday, Congressman Thomas Massey said that the Republican politician who joined him had made a brave choice. He said, I'm sure they'll be punished for coming here today. He said, it didn't take long for Massey won to prove prophetic at Donald Trump as Donald Trump took to social, the Truth and Social to make his displeasure known. Congresswoman Lauren Boebert of Colorado, who had been barnstorming with Massey all weekend, and Rand Paul, the Kentucky senator who endorsed Massey and shared his unorthodox small government libertarianism, were parading around like fools for the worst Republican congressman in the history of our party. That's who's saying that. Donald Trump, of course. The president called Boebert weak-minded and dumb, and said that he would withdraw his endorsement of her if a Republican challenger came forward. Now, Trump's threats weren't exactly realistic. Paul doesn't stand for re-election for another 2 years. The filing date to run against Boebert in the Colorado Republican primary had already passed. But Trump's animosity towards Massey is very real, and it has had real consequences. Even as Trump was visiting China last week, he was firing off posts attacking the congressman whose district stretches along the Ohio River from the suburbs of Louisville and Cincinnati to the foothills of Appalachia. He has called him a moron, a loser, lowlife, and a major sleazebag. In March, the president handpicked and endorsed a candidate, retired Navy Special Forces veteran by name let me try to get a name. Let me try to get a name right. Ed Gallerin to challenge Massey in the state Republican primaries on Tuesday. The Massey's transgressions is he has broken with the party on issues near and dear to Trump's heart. He voted against Trump's big, beautiful tax and spending legislation last year because it had trillions to it added trillions to the national debt. He backed rescinding Trump's tariff on Canada. He voted to curtail Trump's attack on suspected drug boats in the Caribbean and its ongoing war in Iran. So virtually everything that Trump is trying to pursue, he seems to be stopping or voting against it. And perhaps most notably, he joined forces with the Democrats and a handful of Republicans to force Trump's Justice Department to release all of its files on the Jeffrey Epstein, the late sex offender with ties to the rich and powerful. And that's why he released all the files. So, yeah, he's got one over him. But let's see today. Yeah, that's where the primary is going to take place. Let's see whether it's going to happen at all. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now, in Cuba, a country where there seem to be blackouts, virtually every day, Cuba's foreign minister has accused the U.S. of building a fraudulent case for military intervention following a report that it had acquired attack drones capable of targeting Florida. Now, Bruno Rodriguez stressed that Havana neither threatens nor desires war after U.S. news site Axios reported, citing classified intelligence, that Cuba now possessed 300 drones and was discussing striking nearby U.S. targets. Now, Cuba is suffering from a fuel crisis exacerbated by an effective U.S. oil blockade, while under pressure by the Trump administration to make a deal. The U.S. President Donald Trump has threatened Cuba's communist regime with similar intervention to capture the intervention to capture of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. Now, Cuba is thought to now be considering using the drones to hit Guantanamo Bay, the U.S. military base on the Caribbean island, as well as naval vessels and possibly Key West in Florida, according to Axios report published on Sunday. It quoted a U.S. official who said the intelligence, which is characterized as a potential pretext for U.S. military intervention, also suggests Iranian military advisors were in Havana. Really? Now, Iranian drones have been central to drone warfare in both the war in the Middle East and Ukraine. Without any legitimate excuse whatsoever, the U.S. government builds day after day fraudulent case to justify the ruthless economic war against the Cuban people and the eventual military aggression, Rodriguez wrote on social media. So this was a typical case of giving a dog a bad name to do what? Hang it. Yeah. So what is going to happen on that front? Well, ladies and gentlemen, because of our time, we need to plod on. Let me take the opportunity to say good morning to my brother Felix all the way in Aberdeen. Well, in Spain, a 25-year-old man has been arrested on suspicion of killing his parents and injuring 4 others in a mass shooting in southern Spain, police have said. Authorities said the shooting was reported at 23 hours local time, that's 22 hours BST, on Monday in the small town of El Ejido near Almeria. Now, 4 others, including 2 children, were seriously injured and have been taken to hospital. Now, one is believed to be the suspect of a 7-month-old son, according to local media reports. The identities of the suspect and the victims have not been formally released by the Spanish authorities. Now, local media says the other child injured is an 18-month-old baby, while a 60-year-old man is also believed to be among those injured in the attack. The suspect was briefly on the run before turning himself in at a local police station, according to Europe Press. Guardia Civil said it is investigating the attack and trying to establish a possible motive for the shooting. What do you think? What exactly is going on? How come he's so that frustrated to go on that path to behave that way? Well, it's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. All right. Let's move on. We're moving on swiftly to some other stories. Making it around at 3 minutes to the top of the hour. And in Asia, well, should Taiwan be independent, or should Taiwan just hold their horses and just, the U.S. rein them in for them to just be a country there, and that will stop China from being aggressive? Now, hours after meeting Chinese President Xi Jinping in Beijing last week, Donald Trump issued a stern warning to Taiwan against pursuing independence. He said, "I'm not looking to have somebody go independent. And we're supposed to travel 9,500 miles to fight a war. I'm not looking for that. I want them to cool down. I want China to cool down," he told Fox News in an interview that aired on Friday. Now, Trump's comment, some of the strongest a U.S. president has made so far on the issue, immediately sparked a flurry of responses from Taiwan, saying it does not see the need to formally declare independence. Now, Taiwanese independence is the reddest of red lines for Beijing, which claims Taiwan as its own and accused its president Lai Ching-te of being a separatist. But the issue is a lot more nuanced. China decides to reunify with Taiwan. It's a long and historic one. It dates back to the end of the Chinese Civil War in 1949. A bit of background there for you. So if you are listening to us, we try to educate you there as well. When the Chinese Communist Party won control of China and the losing Kuomintang forces retreated to Taiwan, relocating its government to Taipei. Beijing has since claimed the self-governed island, but after Xi came to power, the Chinese government has doubled down on its threats and sought ways to stamp out what it sees as separatism. Taiwan's reunification with China has become a key goal. Xi himself has called it an unstoppable reality. In recent years, China has stepped up various forms of pressure through military drills that have simulated blockades, the diplomatic isolation of Taiwan, the gray zone warfare, which is it sends warships and fighter jets close to Taiwanese waters and airspace on a regular basis. Now, during last week's summit, Xi had told Trump that the issue of Taiwan was the most important one in U.S.-China relationship, and that mishandling it could lead to conflict. The U.S. is Taiwan's closest ally. it is bound by law to provide the island with the means to defend itself. Now, observers have long worried that any attack on Taiwan would draw the U.S. into direct conflict with China. Now, China has made it clear its stance on Taiwan's in its anti-secession law introduced in 2005, in which it states that it wants peaceful reunification with the island. But the anti-secession law also states that should Taiwan independence forces cause secession from China, all the possibility of peaceful reunification has been exhausted. China can employ non-peaceful means to protect its territorial integrity. Now, what this means is that China does not rule out the use of military force to take Taiwan if it deems it necessary. Most people believe that a formal declaration of independence by Taiwan's government will trigger this response. See, so it's a breakaway. Let's say, it was the Chinese some of the Chinese who went to that place from that particular place, Taiwan, to occupy that place, as we said during the initial bit. That's the Kuomintang forces that they were defeated by the Communist Party. So in 1949, so they decided to migrate to that place and then occupy that island. And then, with what Taiwan has got and what they are doing, it brings to fore what is ruffling the feathers of the Chinese government, because they aligning themselves so close to the U.S. means that Putin was saying that Ukraine, being the next door to them, being allowed to join NATO, will now cause NATO to come and put some of its missiles right there and then be spying in on them. And that's why they didn't want. But well, what do you think about all that? Ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK. 2 minutes past the top of the hour. We're running swiftly. Where we're going to be bringing the program to a close as soon as I have exhausted the topics. I've got about a couple more to go. But wherever you are, don't touch the dial. Well, Trump was planning to attack Iran to resume the attacks today. However, President Trump has said he's holding off a military attack on Iran planned for Tuesday at the request of Gulf states as serious negotiations are now taking place. In a post on Truth Social, he said he had been asked to do so by the leaders of Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates. He said he had been informed a deal will be made that is very acceptable to the U.S., adding that there will be no nuclear weapons for Iran. But he warned the U.S. will be ready to go forward with a full large-scale assault of Iran on a moment notice if there was no acceptable deal. A senior Iranian military commander told the U.S. not to make strategic mistakes and miscalculations again. Now, there is a saying in the Ghanaian parlance that if you tell the if a blind man is telling you, I'm going to stone you, I'm going to hit you with the stone, then he's blind, so he can't see stones lying about him or something. He said, be careful, because it might be that he's got his foot on the stone. He's feeling that stone. That's why he's saying that I'm going to stone you. He might just squat, pick it up, and then boom. Well, but how can he hit his target? Some people use, those who have got their senses are very sharp, right? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK. So what do you think should be done? Well, I say, be careful, don't miscalculate, because we are there. Who are they? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. On the African front, Ebola, once again. What is Ebola? Ebola is a rare but deadly disease caused by a virus. Now, Ebola viruses normally infect animals, typically fruit bats. But outbreaks among humans can sometimes start when people eat or handle infected animals. It takes 2 to 21 days for symptoms to appear. They come on suddenly and start like the flu, with fever, headaches, and tiredness. As the disease progresses, vomiting and diarrhea develop, and it can lead to organ failure. Some, but not all, patients develop internal and external bleeding. The virus spreads from one person to another by contact with infected bodily fluids such as blood or vomit. And there is a thing in the African on the African continent when people die and they go around. I mean, back in the day, I think all they are touching and they are shaking hands, and the person who is a deceased person. But I hope that this time around people are not doing the same. Really, really hope so. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. We are moving on. We are moving on. The International Criminal Court has open hearing against the former Libyan prison commander Mohammed Ali El-Hishri, accused of overseeing widespread crimes against humanity at the notorious Mitiga detention center near Tripoli. Prosecutors allege that thousands of migrants and civilians suffered torture, sexual violence, persecution, and slavery under his authority between 2014 and 2020. According to the prosecutors, Mohammed Ali El-Hashri was one of the leading figures overseeing operations inside Mitiga prison, a detention facility long associated with abuses against migrants and detainees during Libya's year of conflict and instability. The prosecution described him as a violent and feared commander who exercised near total control over detainees, particularly in the women's section of the prison. The court documents portray El-Hishri as more than a supervisor, alleging he personally participated in interrogation, torture, and abuse carried out against women and children. Well, this is why I always say, when as leaders, African leaders I'm talking about, okay, who see citizens of their countries traveling to other countries to make ends meet, and they travel whether they like it or not, whether they've got the documents or not, or they just want to travel because they think that it's better to go struggling to make ends meet rather than to stay wherever they are, to be I mean, the disrespect that will come with it, and the fact that you're still not even getting enough of whatever you are looking for, makes it such that I say to African leaders or leaders of developing countries, you have to be selfless. And when you go negotiating for anything of the sort, you have to make sure that you have the welfare and the interest of your countrymen at heart. Because you look at some of the things that they are doing, the life, opulent life that they are living, and all those things, and you see people who are desperate. Because one, they cannot get a full education, and if they are getting the education, some cannot even afford, okay, access to all that. I mean, some countries are doing very well. Initially, they are doing something. But when it comes to other bits, they are not getting any support from the state. I'm not saying that the state has got abundance to do so. Resources of the state are not being used judiciously or adequately for everybody to be able to enjoy something of the sort from there. Then I look at it quietly and ask myself the question, what the heck is going on? Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK. This is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. All come your way this morning. Let's touch on this one from Nigeria, and then we'll move on to Ghana. Look at a couple of stories from there, and then we can bring the program to a close. Now, Nigeria has deployed troops in the Republic of Benin as part of its effort to support democracy, strengthen security, and ensure the peaceful conduct of election in the West African sub-region. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Wide Shaibu, broke the news yesterday during the Chief of Army Staff first biannual conference in Abuja. He said the deployment and the operations at Lien and Lafia 1 and 2 underscores Nigeria's commitment to regional security, cooperation, and collective response to emerging threats across the neighboring country. According to the COAS, the Nigerian Chief of Defense Army Staff, the Nigerian Army has continued to record operational gains against criminal and terrorist elements across various theaters of operation. And consequently, we have continued to disrupt criminal networks, degrade adversary capabilities, and restore relative calm in previously volatile areas, he said. Well, but what are the other African countries doing? Is it that they are going to spread themselves thin? And then what happens from that? That will be an issue there, right? Well. Ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. As we go on. Let's move on from there. Well, we did announce that following the arrest and detention of the Member of Parliament for Ashanti Achim, Ohini Kwame Frimpong, popularly known as OK Frimpong, in the Netherlands, there has been suggestion that there is going to be a by-election in the constituency. Well, are these suggestions accurate? What are the conditions necessary for by-elections to happen in the Ashanti Achim area? First of all, if a by-election to happen, the Speaker of Parliament, who is now Alban Bagman, must declare the constituency seat vacant. He has to declare it vacant. The Constitution of Ghana clearly states that conditions under which state Parliament can be declared vacant and being detained or facing extradition proceeding is not one of them. Article 97 of the Constitution, which touches on the tenure of MPs, lists resignation, death, and remember being found guilty of a crime as some of the reasons for the declaration of seats to be vacant. And therefore, with this, there is the surety that there's not going to be a by-election because this individual has not been found guilty of anything. And what do we say? Innocent until proven what? Guilty. All right then. Let's move on. Ghana has used a high-level OECD conference in Paris to push for a major reset of global development cooperation, calling for a shift from dependency-driven system to sovereign aid system to sovereign execution-focused partnership. And delivering a keynote address on behalf of the President, the OECD Development Cooperation Directorate Conference Deputy Chief of Staff Administration Anoye Bampo Ado said the current global development architecture is facing an existential reckoning amid steep declines in international aid flows. Addressing delegates at the OECD headquarters in Paris, he said official development assistance from Development Assistant Committee countries declined by 23.1% in real terms in 2025, amounting to $50 billion, the sharpest annual drop on record. According to her, bilateral ODA to sub-Saharan Africa fell by more than 26%, while humanitarian aid declined by nearly 36%, with the OECD projecting further reduction in 2026. And we have Donald Trump saying, no, we're not giving you any aid. And that's why I say it's up to the government of our various countries to set up and do the right thing for their country, make the right decisions for them. However, the President, John Dramani Mahama, has stated that Ghana is looking inward to fund its healthcare needs, announce a series of domestic measures that will move the country away from donor dependency. He urged member states, especially those in Africa, that parts of the developing world to move decisively from a culture of donor dependency to one of health sovereignty. President Mahama was delivering the keynote address yesterday at the 79th World Health Assembly in Geneva, Switzerland. He revealed that uncapping the National Health Insurance Scheme fund had freed up an additional 3 billion Ghana cedis or $300 million for healthcare investment. So how is that going to be helping the country as a whole? Ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. And I am bringing the program to a close for today. It's been a pleasure coming your way. God willing, tomorrow I'll be coming your way with the Wednesday edition of the morning show. But like I said, I came in to water the ground for Wednesday's program. So wherever you are, yes, thank you. Thank you for tuning in. God richly bless you. Until I see you tomorrow, it's been me, your one and only Archie, saying what? Have a blessed day. And bye-bye for now. Go and take a commercial break. And when that ends, you don't hear from me. It's been me, your one and only Archie, saying stay blessed. And bye-bye.
Running a business or managing your personal finances? Let GIL Accountancy Services take the stress away. As trusted chartered accountants and business advisors, we help you stay compliant, save tax, and grow with confidence. Whether you're self-employed, a landlord, run a limited company, or a charity, our tailored solutions are built for you. Claim your free initial consultation today. Call 079-61-248-834 or email Dan at gilaccountants.com. GIL Accountancy Services, your partners in success.
Thanks for listening. We hope you enjoyed the show.